Don from the Nearly Historical Railroad channel. And tonight I don't know what I'm gonna do, but right now I'm experimenting. This is some old, well, it's fuzzy teddy bear kind of material that I've had for years. Just gonna do kind of a little experiment with it. I don't know if it's gonna work or not, so let's see what happens. Okay, so I laid down some of that furry stuff upside down, kind of on the edge of where the ground starts to drop off. So it's kind of hanging out. So I think I'm gonna make some of my homegrown sculptamold and put it on the top of that to kind of blend it into the rest of the ground on the level area. But before I do that, I should probably change. So, get to that right now. Okay, so now that I've changed, gonna go mix up some sculptamold and stick it on there and see what happens. All right, that's next.
So, we need 2 83s, one left, one right.
These two are planning stuff.
83s?
So basically,
83.
What?
you didn't see it, but a couple videos ago,
What's that?
I'm talking about you guys. A couple videos ago, I deeded some land over to Jim back there. And he has kind of a general idea of what we want to do there. And he's just gonna run with it and do stuff over there. So, see what happens. Who knows when you'll see it, but things are happening back there now too. So, a little bit of the blow-in insulation stuff. And, oops, yeah. Woo! Probably way more than I need. And about an equal amount of drywall stuff. Yeah, something like that. All right. Water in the bottle. And some water in there. And that was probably too much water. Yep. So, I end up with more sculpt mold than I want. Nice mushy consistency. So I'd say, I haven't actually used sculptamold, but I'd say that this stuff can get like little chunks, kind of bigger chunks in it than I'm thinking sculptamold might have. But you know, whatever. So we glued that on. I glued that on, and let's spray this back here a little bit. Come on. Okay, we're gonna spray this back here a little bit. Previously glued that on. I'm gonna take this. I don't think this is gonna work. I don't know. It's not sticking to the fabric very good. That's not good.
I'm gonna work it out, move these trains out there, walking back and forth.
What?
Trying to use something other than what I really want to use because I don't have it, so. So this is all about fixing your mistakes. I actually accidentally dug out this too much. I even had it marked to not dig out there, and I did it anyways. So, I'm trying to fix this. Put some sculptamold in there. All right, so I filled this in here where I took out too much styrofoam. So now that fits back in there now. So I'm gonna get up there. That's how you do good work. You just get good at fixing your mistakes.
Try to catch me working.
Yeah, I don't have much video, so I need to get somebody working.
It's nice to be Philip.
So earlier in this video, I mentioned that I deeded some land over to Jim, and it's kind of this area over in here. And we had this siding here, and this, you know, it just had rails kind of buried down in here, and it was pretty rough. And then also right there is one of the spots that we cut the layout in half. So that track has never been there. So Jim has decided that it's best just to completely tear the track out and replace it. And I think he's right. So this is good. And this will be part of his project up there. All right, so I had spent most of the night with my hands in my homegrown Sculptamold and hydrocal stuff, so I didn't shoot a lot of video because it's, well, you know, I don't want to get the camera all yuck. So that's fine though. We're gonna do a little bit of walkabout and show you some things here. Okay, so I'm turning the brightness down on the camera so that you can see this better. So I was gonna do maybe a retaining wall thing here, but I decided to just do some rock molds in this area. So it's just like there's a different layer of rock on top of this other rock. So that turned out fine. I think that's gonna be good. And while I had some Sculptamold out, corrected my little issue I created in there, filled in some more down here, and I just kind of experimented by laying it in here. And this needed to be smoothed out. So I did that, and just kind of laid the buildings out and turn brightness back up. Just kind of laid the buildings back out again and stuff, and I'm really liking how this is turning out. So yeah, I have this larger building that I think probably went with the mine. Maybe it's the superintendent's house or something. So I'm just kind of figuring out where to put it. I don't know if it's going to go there or not. I'm not sure, but we're experimenting with that. Let me come over here. So this is an experiment. So I put some Sculptamold on top of this and some hydrocal just because I had it and I wanted to fill it in. So what I'm trying to do is trying to create a ledge here. So it's like there's, you know, topsoil on top of the harder rock. It's a little more firm because it has a lot of roots and stuff in it. So I'm hoping this fur stuff will kind of look like roots kind of sticking through, but it's been kind of eaten away. This will probably be kind of rock-ish, kind of a firm dirt, I guess. That's the intent. We'll see what actually happens. My road was a little thin here and was flaking off, so I went ahead and just put some more Sculptamold on that. I did not get to filling this in here with more ceiling tile, but that's what we're gonna do on most of that. Maybe some retaining wall down at the very end, but I like my little house here. I do want to kind of cut this out a little more, make it more straight up and down, like, you know, somebody had dug that out and kind of leveled it out for the old outhouse. And while we're here, or not here, we're gonna go take a look over there because Scott did some work over there. So this is the Alpine Pass area, and Scott actually got the second track laid. That will actually be the main line. And he just, I think, put these in here just to indicate where he put holes for feeders. So that is in. We have not tested it at all yet, but that's pretty exciting. So we actually have that in place. So this is not prototypical of the area, but anyways, we have to have this track going underneath there because that's our new main line. But I'm just showing you this because this is a tunnel portal that I made out of hydrocal, out of a mold, back when I was like in my teenage years. So it's cool. So I think my dad probably found it and just kind of stuck it there. It's like, hey, that might actually work there. So here's a tip. If you're using Superglue, CA glue, and you want it to dry fast, use this stuff, some zip kicker that will pretty much make it dry instantly. Good for stop signs, and it's good for signs that warn you that there's stop signs, and it's good for gluing signals down, even if it's a signal that doesn't actually really do anything but look cool. So again, Jim tore this siding out and have to do some more cleanup, but this is going to be much better. And in this area, the layout on today's date, absolutely nothing happened. So you guys have seen this area, and my dad has been working on that tunnel portal there. And I had the hydrocal out, so I went ahead and put some paper and hydrocal above that tunnel portal so we can get that going. So this land that I've deeded over to Jim, well, right now there's a farm, but it's not really in operation. So that might give you an idea of what his plans are for it. But it needs better rail access. So they've discussed the plans with me, and I don't really care, but I think it's a cool idea actually, so it's gonna work out good. All right, so that's it for the video. I got some stuff done on Park Gulch and got miscellaneous other little things done. So, you know, that's it. So subscribe, like our videos, ring the bell thingy, hit the like thingy, because that, like I said, gets the old YouTube algorithm going. At least that's what I heard. So anyways, catch you next time. Thanks.
Thank you.